one Phineas Taylor Barnum, whose first taste of entrepreneurship and the odd job came at the age of 15, when the care of his mother and 5 brothers and sisters fell to him after the death of his father. 123 years after Barnum's humble beginnings, this boy came into the world. And if you believe in that kind of stuff, he may just be the reincarnation of the great showman himself. Young Dick Simon got his first lesson in survival very early, when his father taught him how to swim at age 7 by unceremoniously tossing him off a dock at Lake Washington in Seattle. To quote Dick Simon,
"It's funny. You learn very quickly how to survive."
And from that day forward, Dick Simon has never stopped paddling. As his mother's health deteriorated due to multiple sclerosis, Simon, too, helped care for her and his brother and sister. And this guy had mastered the odd job by the age of 12. He started a lawn mowing business, showing prospective customers photographs of other yards he'd cut. As a young man, he'd become fiercely competitive. He was a first alternate on the U.S. Olympic ski jumping team. He became fascinated by boating, by scuba diving, and skydiving. And when an employer with a sporting goods store failed to keep his promises, Dick opened his own store as competition and drove his former boss right out of the business. Now, I know what you're thinking. Does this man ever slow down? Anybody who's ever seen Dick Simon hustling around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway might find this hard to believe, but the man can actually relax. Not at the track. This man, he's just a tornado of activity at the Speedway or any of the other tracks where his teams are competing. He really redefines the term energy, but you come here to the magnificent splendor of Dana Point, California, about 35 miles south of Long Beach, to Dick Simon's home, and you actually see him kick back just a little bit. So we came out here to see Dick Simon chill out. So this is how Dick Simon chills out. Dick, that's beautiful.
Are you kidding? I don't even remember what I'm doing here. It's been many years.
That's beautiful, really. Do you play a lot of songs?
No, not really. I just remember the one because when I was 12 years old, my parents were forcing me to play the piano rather than sports, and I just all of a sudden said, no more piano, and years later, many years later, about 5 years ago to be exact,